Dr. P here, and at the risk of repeating myself somewhat, I'm going to talk briefly about the state of tabletop RPG adventure market, which in general is not good. There are not so many buyers. You can make a little money, but you probably won't make a lot. One of the major reasons for this is that crowdsourcing caused the collapse of the tabletop RPG market some years ago. Now, what is crowdsourcing? Anytime you have lots and lots of people willing to do a job and not get paid much, if anything, for it, then you have crowdsourcing. And of course, this is associated with the internet, where globally you can have this happen. So in the RPG field, we have many people willing to give away or nearly give away their work because they want to see it published. They're not there to make money, they're there for glory, let's say. And as a result, cheap labor drives prices down. The prices are driven down further because there are so many products, and because there are so many products in electronic forms, which are especially cheap because there's no production costs. The result is that authors might get 2 cents a word when they write an RPG book, and that is a work for hire. They do not get royalties the way that book authors do, the way that board game or card game designers do. They just get a flat 2 cents a word, and it doesn't matter how well the thing sells or how badly, they're not going to get anything more, and they have no rights to reprint and so on. Well, this is a really bad way to deal with your work, to sell it cheaply. I would say you shouldn't do anything work for hire, but if, like Matt Forbeck, you get offered a really large sum of money for something, then you might sell that particular intellectual property for that big lump sum of money. Furthermore, people who have been game mastering a long time have accumulated decades of adventures and experience. They don't really need to buy more. We also have decades worth of PDF material for those who haven't accumulated yet. Wizards of the Coast, for example, is reissuing much of the old D&D material. So there are vast numbers of adventures already available, let alone the new ones that are being written. So, if you were in that situation and you're writing an adventure, you might decide that it's more likely that somebody is going to read it than they're actually going to play it. As a result, published adventures tend to be much more story-oriented in the past because stories are more interesting to read. They're not necessarily more interesting to play, but they're more interesting to read. So, writing adventures is not something that's likely to make you enough money to provide a living. Now, if you want to make a living, you've got to work full-time for a company. And there are not many companies that are doing well enough to need full-time people, and there are not many openings. So good luck if that's your aim. But if you want to write some adventures, self-publish them, make a few dollars, the prospects are much brighter. Self-publishing is relatively easy because you can do electronic publishing, and people are accustomed to buying electronic versions of adventures. So go for it.